Got it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Monday morning opening. I'm going to start us with a short video. Please enjoy this.
Where I have been, and if that light still shines and if fortune smiles, I will pass this way again, and I will pass this way again. When my time is up and my body lays down, when the candle fades and dims, I throw my ashes into a restless wind, and I will pass this way again. Let your light shine in your window. Let me see where I have been. And if that light still shines and if fortune smiles, I will pass this way again. So let your light shine in your window. Let me see where I have been. And if that light still shines and if fortune smiles, I will pass this way. I will pass this way. I will pass this way again. And I will pass this way again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our kickoff for Monday, we have a workshop with wonderful performers we've seen once before in concert sets, but now they're going to be in a workshop entitled The Best Damn Song I Never or Ever Wrote. I'd like to introduce our performers, though they probably need no introduction. Sparky and Rhonda Rucker are going to kick us off. Sparky and Rhonda are longtime Fox Valley Folk Festival favorites. They have an amazing array of instruments and weave some wonderful history and stories into captivating songs that the history books don't always tell. Next up, then we'll have Bryan Bowers. Bryan did a wonderful concert for us last night, and we're welcoming him back. He is the autoharp virtuoso, and I like the eyebrows, Bryan. And he has performances that run from warm and eloquent to this warm and zany, and is a wonderful friend of the Folk Festival. And John Gorka is also joining us. John comes from New Jersey, but grew up musically in Pennsylvania. He taught me that in his first concert. And again, he writes wonderful songs of the 80s folk scene. Since I'm blubbering, I'm going to stop. And I'm just going to hand it over to Sparky and Rhonda because it's a folk festival. Thank you all for joining us.
Thanks, Cheryl.
And we'll see you in about 90 minutes.
All right.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. So good seeing the video of Jewel. He was such a stalwart supporter of folk music, and the song by Small Potatoes. We miss them. If you're out there, we love you.
And we'd like a bigger portion of potatoes. Enough of this small stuff.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of a big potato and a person who has written lots of songs, the song we're going to start off with is a song I never performed. It was just one that about 3 in the morning, you're still sitting up and everybody's passing the guitar around and you go, oh, I've got one that I'll play. And we'll tell you the name of it after we play it. If today is not an endless highway, and tonight was not a crooked trail, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to me at all. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting. Yes, and I could hear her heart soft a pounding. Yes, and only if she was lying by me could I lie in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the water. I can't speak the sounds that show no pain. I can't hear the echoes of my footsteps or remember the sound of my own name. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting. And if I could hear her heart softly pound. Yes, and only if she was lying by, could I lie in my bed once again. seeing that rainbow in the sky. But none of these, nothing else can match the beauty I remember in my own true love's eyes. Yes, and only if my own true love was waiting. Yes, and I could hear her heart softly pound. Yes, and only if she was lying by.
But I lie in my bed once again.
My fingers kept getting caught in them strings. It's a trap, I tell you, it's a trap.
Oh, that's Tomorrow's a Long
Tomorrow's
Time.
a Long Time by Bobby Zimmerman, sometimes called Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
And I hope he wasn't listening because I really messed it up. But and so guess why they call it a work song?
Workshop.
Well, let's pass that on to my good friend Bryan there. I tell you the truth, Bryan and I go so far back, I believe we were back during the crustacean period.
I believe it too, Sparky. That was beautiful. Hey, here's one. I had occasion to write a lyric, and I happened to show it to Bill Danoff, the guy that wrote Country Roads for John Denver, and he said, "Man, I don't mean to barge in on your thing here, but I wrote a melody yesterday I think would fit perfect. Can I do it for you?" And I said, "Sure." So he played it, and it was perfect. So we just shared the songwriting, and it's called Friend for Life. The premise being, when you learn a song, you've made a friend for life. When your mom and dad cross your mind, thinking back to the ties that bind, won't fill your heart like learning some old song they used to sing back when they were young. When you learn a song, you got a friend for life you can call on in the still of the night. You're down and out on a two-lane road. Your friend, the song, will be there to ease your load. They will be there to ease your load. When time hangs heavy on your hands, the novel that you burn your eyes out on won't fill your heart like learning some old song. There will be there to help you later on. When you learn a song, you got a friend for life you can call on in the still of the night. When you're down and out on a two-lane road, your friend, the song will be there to ease your load. It will be there to ease your load. When the night is young but you're feeling old, TV's empty hours won't fill your heart, like learning some old song that was your friend when you were young. You are young again when you learn a song. You got a friend for life you can call on in the still of the night when you're down and out on a two-lane road. Your friend, the song, will be there to ease your load. It will be there to ease your load. When your mom and dad cross your mind, thinking back to the ties of bind, won't fill your heart like learning some old song they used to sing back when they were young. When you learn a song, you got a friend for life. And now we need to see if we can find Mr. John Gorka.
Hello there.
How
Great to
you
hear.
doing?
Great to hear Sparky and Rhonda. Great to hear you, Brian. It's really a real treat to be here with you. I'm gonna follow Sparky and Rhonda's lead with and sing a Bob Dylan song. I am from New Jersey, but I live in Minnesota now, and so I'll do this for. This is a Girl from the North Country. This is the version that Bob Dylan recorded with Johnny Cash and Nashville Skyline record. It's a little bit different from the version he did on his Freewheelin' record. This is a Girl from the North Country. I married a girl from the North Country. That's why I'm here. Well, if you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Please see for me if her hair hangs long, if it rolls and flows all down her breast. Please see she has a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. I think I screwed it up already. I'll try again. Well, if you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, to one who lives there, she once was a true love of mine. Please see for me that her hair hangs long, that it rolls and flows all down her breast. Please see for me that her hair hangs long, 'cause that's the way I remember her best. Please see for me she's wearing a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm screwing it up. So I think I'm going to have to do something else. Sorry for that. Sorry, Bob. All right, I guess I'll try try this song instead. Sorry for my trouble there. I've got some words in front of me, so I can probably sing this one for you. This is a song by Kevin Blackie Farrell. That's one of my favorite cowboy songs, and it's I learned it from a record by Leo Kottke called "Burnt Lips," and it's song number 4 if you're listening in order. Okay, Sonora's Death Row. Me and the boys hitched up our saddles and rode to Sonora one night. Guns hanging proud, daring out loud, anyone willing to fight. Card cheats and hustlers would run for their holsters as the boys from the old Broken O rode up and rained on the street that they named Sonora's Row. Mescal is free in Amanda's saloon for the boys from the old Broken O. Saturday nights in the town of Sonora are best in all Mexico. They've got guitars and trumpets and sweet senoritas who won't want to let you go. It's hard to believe such a happy town had a street called Sonora's Death Row. Inside Amanda's, we were all dancing with 6 of Amanda's gals. I won some silver at 7-card stud, and I was out doing my pals. But the whiskey and mezcal and peso cigars drove me outside for some air. Somebody whispered, "Your life or your money." I reached, but my gun wasn't there. Woke up face down in Amanda's back alley, aware of the fool I had been. Rushed to a saddle and grabbed someone's rifle and entered Amanda's again, where I saw my partners twirling my pistols and throwing my money around. Blinded by anger, I jacked the lever and one of them fell to the ground. Amanda's fell silent like night in the desert. My friend stared in pure disbelief. Amanda was kneeling beside the dead cowboy, plainly expressing her grief. And as I bowed my head, a tremble shot through me. My pistols were still at my side. I felt my pockets and there was my money. I fell to my knees and I cried. A nightmare of mezcal was all that it was. No one had robbed me at all. I wish I was dreaming the sound of the gallows they're testing just outside the wall. And the mezcal's still free in Amanda's saloon for the boys from the old broken O. I'd pay a ransom to drink there today and be free of Sonora's death row. Thank you.
Oh, we're up, aren't we?
Yeah, we're.
I'm just in here enjoying. Well, this is a song that Sparky, I'll tell you a little bit about the person first who wrote it. Sparky did these tours back in the 1970s, back in the, what'd you call it, the
Jurassic.
the Jurassic period or whatever. Anyway, with the Southern Folk Cultural Revival Project, and which was kind of a virtual who's who of folk music back in those days. Had some pretty neat people. Mike Seeger, I guess, was part of it.
Mike and Pete.
Hazel Dickens, Pete, yeah, and
Alice Gerard, Johnny
Yeah.
Shines, Reverend Pearlie Brown, Babe Stovall. A lot of my mentors were on that thing. You know, they being in this little-
Nimrod Workman.
Nimrod work person.
He was a character. And then there was another character named Olabelle Reed.
Olabelle.
Olabelle Reed. She was a banjo picker out of Grassy Creek, North Carolina, and good songwriter too.
Yes, she
Wrote a lot of songs, and this was probably her most famous song, called High on a Mountain. 1, 2, 3, and... One more. Here we go.
High on Mount Lord, wind blowing free,
Thinking about the days that used to be.
high on Mount Lord, standing all alone,
Wondering where the years of
my
my life have flown. I look at the valley down below. It's green just as far as you can see. My memory returns, oh how my heart did yearn for you in the days that used to be.
high on Mount Lord, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. High on Mount Lord, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown.
And I wonder if you ever think of me, or if time's blotted out your memory. I listen to the breeze whisper gently through the trees. I'll always cherish what you've meant to me.
High on Mount Lord, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. High on Mount Lord, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown.
One more.
High on Mount Lord, wind blowing free, thinking about the days that used to be. High on Mount Lord, standing all alone, wondering where the years of my life have flown.
song. I've been doing that song too, you guys. I love that song. Nice version. Thank you. Hey, the next thing I want to do for you was in the midst of all this dark pandemic crap going on, and out of the blue came a happy song. I couldn't believe it. So here it is. It's called The Best News Yet. Out here on the family farm, it's tough to beat food, friends, and fire. Out here on the family farm, it's tough to beat food, friends, and fire. Heaven is rain on a tin roof, with your sweetheart snuggled up close. And everyone is pitching in, with your child butters up the toast. Oh, wood stove fire is a-crackling, there's pork chops frying in the pan. Baby takes its very first steps and then falls down upon its hands. I don't know how many more years like this that we're likely to get. Just for now, though, we're all right, and to me, that's just the best news yet. Fireplace dog barks a greeting. Great-grandpa scratches his head. He still remembers his whole life and the very day he got wed. Now mere words only go so far, but I swear to you I'm no liar. Out here on the family farm, it's tough to beat food, friends, and fire. I don't know how many more years like this that we're likely to get. Just for now, though, we're all right, and to me that's just the best news yet. A redhead child makes some red jello as the sound of fiddle tunes ring. When Grandpa frills the old banjo while Grandma clears her throat to sing. From the river Dad caught salmon, from the garden Mom picked fresh greens. Songs and laughter fill up the house, never been a finer sight seen. I don't know how many more years like this that we're likely to get. Just for now, though, we're all right, and to me that's just the best news yet. Heaven is rain on a tin roof, with your sweetheart snuggled up close. There you go. Can't hear you, Sparky. You're saying something, but I can't hear you.
I thought you was getting ready to do that dear.
No, it's just another acapella tune. I love singing acapella, you know. I love it. There's no hiding when you're acapella. You can't hide behind anything. There's nothing. You either get it right or you're in trouble.
There you go.
Yeah. But I was so happy just to have a happy song. I've been writing some really dark ones.
Yeah.
That's mine. I know it's short, but
all right.
There you go, John. On you, brother.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to try to redeem myself. I found the words to Girl from the North Country, so I'm going to try a third time. And this hopefully will be the charm. Okay. Girl from the North Country, take 3. If you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Well, if you go in the snowflake storm, when the rivers freeze and summer ends, please see she's wearing a coat so warm to keep her from the howling winds. Please see for me that her hair hangs long, that it rolls and flows all down her breast, Please see for me that her hair hangs. That's the way I remember her best. Well, I'm wondering if she remembers me at all. 'Cause many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my night, in the brightness of my days. So if you're traveling in the North Country Fair, where the winds hit heavy on the borderline, remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. She once was a true love of mine.
Heather.
I'm glad you did that song again because
Oh,
it's
thanks.
one of my favorites.
Thanks,
I love
isn't it beautiful?
what you did with it.
Yeah, I love both versions of it. You know, the one on the freewheeling one, and also that one, the one he did with Johnny Cash. I think it's going to that. I'm playing in the G forms. I'm going to that B minor. It's just it's so beautiful. It's just 3 chords in that version.
Yeah. You know, he. I didn't know much about him, you know, because I grew up during that, you know, listening to black rock and roll stations and gospel things. And I was in college and somebody said, well, Bob Dylan's coming, you know, and I go, who? You know, Bob Dylan, who's that? You know, and so finally they said, you don't know who Bob Dylan is? I said, well, no, James Brown had a radio station in Knoxville where I grew up. That's all I listened to. And Randy's record shop down in Nashville late at night, and I'm clear channel stations. But finally, somebody said, well, you know, he's coming in town. They bought me a ticket, front row center.
Wow.
I was a fan after that, I got to tell you. And the next time I saw Bob Dylan play, it was at the Omni in Atlanta, and he was about this tall. Well, I'm going to do a song that comes out of New Orleans, and written by a piano player whose mother ran a house of ill repute, and she made him come down and play the piano to entertain the gentlemen as they were waiting their turns. You know, it's kind of like sitting in the doctor's office, you know, you got a number. And his name was Jelly Roll Morton. And of course, I don't want people freaking out or whatnot, because this is the PG version of this song. I think I'm going to play without picks. deny my name. I said, whining boy, don't deny my name. Oh, whining boy, don't deny my name. Pick it up and shake it like old stave and chain. I'm a whining boy, don't deny my name. Mother, mother, take one look at sis. I said, mother, mother, take a look at sis. Oh, mother, mother, take a look at sis. What's she doing? Out there on the levee, child, doing the double twist. I'm a whining boy, don't deny my name. Whining boy, don't deny my name. I said whining boy, don't deny my name. Oh, whining boy, don't deny my name. Pick it up and shake it like old stave and chain. I'm a whining boy, don't deny my name. Oh, sister, sister, dirty, dirty, dirty South. I said, sister, sister, dirty, dirty South. Oh, sister, sister, dirty South. You trying to be a bad girl, but you don't know how. I'm a whining boy, don't deny my name. Whining boy. Jelly roll mark.
Had your own percussion thing going on.
Yeah, I see.
Wow, that's nice. Well, my now deceased manager, Milt Kramer, used to in the day work with Steve McQueen, and he was also one of the proofreaders for John Steinbeck's Grapes of Wrath.
Wow.
And he took on Loudon Wainwright, and he took on me as clients to manage. And one time I was up in New York, we were going off to a club to play, I was going to play at, and he said, "You going to do prison song?" Because I had been arrested in Virginia years and years before, and I went through a trial period for a year. They arrested me for smoking marijuana. You'd have thought they caught Al Capone. It was like silly to me, but anyway, it was real too, because I had a year of trials, and then I was sentenced to serve a year in a state farm in Goochland County, Virginia. So I did my time, and I wrote this song, and I started singing it. And after a while, I quit singing it. And so Milt says, on the way to the show, he said, "You going to do prison song tonight, Brian?" I said, "No." I said, "I quit doing it." He says, "You did?" I said, "Yeah." He said, why is that? I said, because the steel door on the steel frame is one sound and the wood door on the wood frame is another. And every time I do that song, all I can think about is hearing how that steel door sounds clanging on that steel frame. He said, you jerk. I said, what? He says, you heard me. I said, why am I a jerk? He says, you're a jerk because if you can't go back and recreate emotionally the same feel today that you had when you wrote that song years ago, you are not fulfilling your obligations as an artist. And I respected him so much that I relearned the song. And here it is. My first day in prison, I was wondering what to do, playing at all the things I'd heard weren't really true. The guard told me for my own good, I sure better cut my hair. He laughed and said, it's your ass, boy. Myself, I don't care. They gave us prison clothes and took ours from the street. When the cons started whistling, I felt like a piece of meat in a livestock show. And the world outside don't wanna know. Good time Slim, he walked right over and pulled up a seat. Squeezed my knee till I wanted to scream and said, hello, new meat. My friends had all told me if a con comes on strong, get him talking about wising, 'cause no con never done wrong. Feeling like a cornered rat, looking to make my escape. I said, Slim, what are you in for? He laughed and said, rape. I thought, oh no. And the world outside don't wanna know. In jail, if you want to stay out of trouble, you only got two choices. You can be a Bible thumper or the crazy who hears voices. Crazy is a good role if they don't spot your game. And even the cons lay off the ones that preach God's name. I let on I was crazy. Everyone left me alone. But I never knew till later that my heart had turned to stone like a lava flow. And the world outside don't wanna know. The cons are playing cards when a new kid came that day. Winning hand gets him first tonight, was what I heard him say. In jail you have no ears or eyes if you want to stay alive. And it's easy to forget about fair when you're trying to survive. I heard the kid scream at night as they beat him to his knees. I wanted to go and help him, but all I did was squeeze my head in the pillow. And the world outside don't wanna know. Little Black Jack was playing fair. Moose hit him from behind. Jack told Moose, "Play ball, man. You're getting beat 'cause you ain't trying." Well, Moose fouled Jack once again. Jack took him to the floor, and he did not let him up until Moose cried no more. Next day in a dining hall, there was a muffled sound. As the line moved forward, little Jack lay bleeding on the ground like a crumpled crow. And the world outside don't wanna know. Early one morning the captain came, had some news for me. Parole board had decided they were gonna set me free. Outside I could find no work, forget my college degree. You're an ex-con, they'd say, nothing we can do, you see. I was just about to hang it up when I got to singing in the streets. Music saved my life, and now I'm in the driver's seat with my past in tow. And the world outside don't wanna know. And I recall the vow I made as I walked through the prison gate, to fight for reform, to fight the prison state. But I've not changed a single tale, though I swore that I would. I don't go near them, and I know that I should. And the only reason I'd kill someone is to keep from going back. You can think what you want of me, but you didn't see little Jack die so slow. And the truth is, none of us want to know.
That's such a powerful song. Oh, wow. Well, the last time I got to play at the Fox Valley Folk Festival was 2019 in the Before Times, and Michael Smith was there, and I got a chance to be at a workshop with him, and he let me play along a little bit with on one or two of his songs. It was a real honor. Michael and I were born in the same hospital in Newark, New Jersey. We didn't know each other back then. Okay, this is a song. This is one of those songs that changed my idea of what a song could be, and I learned it from Steve Goodman's version, and this is The Dutchman. The Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret that only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the morning, Margaret brings him breakfast, she believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man. Now dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with the love that Margaret sewed there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canal, calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain, till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him, though she holds his arm. And sometimes he thinks he's alone, and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man. Now dear Margaret remembers that for me. The windmills whirl the winter in. She winds his muffler tighter as they sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name out. She makes the bed up singing some old love song. A song Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two. They sang together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man. Now dear Margaret remembers that for me. Now dear Margaret remembers that for me. Michael
Nice.
Smith.
Yeah. Do you want to play with me on this?
I will.
Okay. Well, I think talking about songwriters, I think one of the
Half.
best ones from my time is Pete Seeger. And this song, I always say that if anybody could write a song, it's pro-environment, anti-war, pro-music, and put it all together and make it work, it would be Pete Seeger. This is a sing-along, and he actually, I think the tune's based on an old tune, but of course he got that Honest from Woody Guthrie. Woody Guthrie used to do that. But anyway, great sing-along, so if you're at home listening, sing along.
Well,
lovers burn. Peace may the gentles learn when I'm far away.
Well, may the world,
Well, may the world, world, world,
well, may the world,
well, may the world go when I'm far away.
well, may the world,
Well, may the world go, world, go, may the world go when I'm far away. Fresh may the breezes blow, clear may the streams flow, blue above, green below when I'm far away.
well, may the world,
Well, may the world go, world,
well, may the world,
may the world go when I'm far away.
well, may the world,
May the world go, world,
well, may the world,
may the world go when I'm far away. Sweet may the fiddles sound, the banjo play, the old bluegrass. Dancers swing round and round when I'm far away.
well, may the world,
Well, may the world go, world,
well, may the world,
well, may the world go when I'm far away.
well, may the world,
Well, may the world go, world,
well, may the world,
well, may the world go when I'm far away. One more
well,
time.
may the world,
Well, may the world go, world,
well, may the world,
well, may the world go
when I'm far away.
Pete Seeger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Well, I was in Washington, D.C., and my friends Bill and Taffy Danoff were letting me park my old yellow truck in their driveway and use their power and use their fridge and use their shower. They had already had their big success with John Denver doing their country roads, and they were just sharing. They loved my music, and they were trying to encourage and help me. So I wrote a little song in about a half an hour under the bridge going into Georgetown, there in the shade, and then I took about an hour memorizing it. I came back up to the house. I said, Bill and Taffy, I just wrote a song. Can I sing it for you? They said, well, sure. So I closed my eyes and I sang it for them so I wouldn't be looking at them and see a frown or see a laugh or anything to take me off my mission of singing the song. And when I finished, the both of them were like hands over their mouth trying to cover up laughter. And I said, well, I didn't know if it was a good or a bad song, but I didn't think it was a funny song. And she looked at him and he looked at her, and both of them were like giving it this, you know, like, you tell him. No, you tell him. Neither one of them wanted to tell me what was going on. Finally, Billy said, no, Bryan, it's a fine song. And Taffy interjected. He said, yeah, it's a really fine song. And Billy said, but Bryan, I said, yes, sir. He said, your burning loins and the lines have to go. I had burning loins in the song. So he posed three different verbal options, three-syllable options, which I interjected one of them, the least offensive. If I had to, I could probably go back through and find where I took out the burning loins and put in the other, whatever it is. But I often, every time I get ready to sing this song, I think about Billy saying, yeah, Bryan, it's a fine song, but you got to get rid of them burning loins. And so then they turned it on to Denver, and Denver recorded it. So here it is. This is the Berkeley Woman. I saw a Berkeley woman walking in the rocking. I had a mouthful of applesauce there. I couldn't even begin to get the line out. I saw a Berkeley woman swaying in a rocking chair, a dulcimer in her lap and a feather in her hair. Her breast swayed freely with the rhythm of the rocking chair. She was a singing and a strumming and a swaying, and her cheeks were red, I declare. Hard to believe what my eyes showed me then. The colors in her cheeks were just her natural skin. She wore no makeup to look that way. She was a natural mama with the red cheeks. What more can I say? And hard to believe what my eyes showed me then. The colors in her cheeks were just her natural skin. She wore no makeup to look that way. She was a natural mama with the red cheeks. What more can I say? Well, I finally realized there was hunger in my stare, and in my mind I was swaying with the woman in the rocking chair. But the lady I was living with was standing right by my side. She saw me staring and she saw my hunger, and Lord, it made her cry. Then with anger on her face and hurt in her eyes, scratched me and she clawed me, screamed and she cried. You don't give me near all the loving that you should, yet you're ready to go and lay with her. You just know damn good. Well, I guess she's probably right. I guess I'm probably wrong. I guess she's not too far away. Hadn't been gone very long. I guess we could get together and try one more time. But I'm sure wanderlust to come again. We'd only wind up crying. So now you've heard this story. So now you've heard this story, plain as the light of day. Hard to feel guilty for loving the ladies. That's all I got to say. Except that woman is the sweetest fruit that God ever put on the vine. Still I'd no more love just one kind of woman than drink only one kind of wine. The old me. The old me, the young me. Golly, looking back through the telescope at the years of the past, the decades of the past. Oh, man. John, you're up.
Where was the Burning Loins line?
I don't know. I'd have to go through and have the words in front of me to pick it up. But I was crying laughing when he told me that. I realized, I thought burning loins was a real good thing. And he said, no, man, got to get rid of the burning loins. The things your friends have to tell you, you know.
Well, maybe I'll sing this song. Godfrey Daniels Coffee House in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania was my main place of inspiration. And this is a song, one of my heroes that I got to see there was Stan Rogers. But this is a song that goes out to everyone who played there, including Sparky and Bryan. And this is a song called That's How Legends Are Made. Worked at a place where the bands came through. Some of them ran false and some rang true. I'd stick around after they played to see how legends were made. There's just a few that stand out in my mind. Some of them still roll, and some are lost to the grind. Now you ask me of the special ones, and where all the legends have gone. There was a man who came from north of here. He could raise his voice and he could raise a beard. And when he left, the music stayed. And that's how legends are made. Surprised us to see just how high he stood. It's hard to believe someone could sing that good. We shared more gold than any band was paid. And that's how legends are made. So long, it was nice meeting you. But how do you get back to Route 22 from here? The band was a bass man with a brother on lead. There was no more, 'cause there was no need. So fine to see what they could give, 'cause legends call us to live. They came in high and they came in low, worn by the miles and fresh from home. Hard work, magic, then some tragic end, and so a legend begins. So long, it was nice meeting you, but how do you get back to Route 22 from here? I worked at a place where the bands came through. Some of them ran false and some rang true. I'd stick around after they played to see how legends were made. To see how legends were made.
John. Yeah. Move
Thank
Rhonda
you,
back
guys.
to the keyboard. Try to jump into this. This song came out in 1920 by Grady and Hazel Cole. After I graduated college, I taught school for a little while, and then I did a vocation for social change, working up in the Kentucky and Virginia for the Council of the Southern Mountains. And having been a civil rights activist, I started doing more music and whatnot at rallies and leaving those jobs that paid money, leaving those away. My daddy thought, well, all that money I spent sending you to college and you're gonna be a folk singer? But my mother dragged him to a concert. And after that, every time I played in my hometown, he was always on the front row and he would request this song. He's up there on my ancestor wall, so this is dedicated to you, my papa. was Lazarus that day. He who laid down at the rich man's gate, he begged for some crumbs from the rich man to eat, but they left him to die like a tramp on the street. He was some mother's darling, some mother's son. Once he was fair and once he was young. Some mothers she rocked him, little darling, to sleep. They left him to die like a tramp on the street. Jesus died on Calvary's tree, shed his life's blood for you and for me. They pierced his side, his hands and his feet, and left him to die like a tramp on the street. Jesus should come and knock on your door. Would you let him come in and take from your store? Would you turn him away with nothing to eat? Would you leave him to die like a tramp on the street? He was Mary's own darling, God's chosen son. Once he was fair and once he was young. Mary, she rocked him, little darling, to sleep. They left him to die like a tramp on the street.
So this is, I'm breaking in. We've got 7 minutes plus a little, if we can get John and Bryan both in that time. And then we're going to jog over to the other building and start a live in-person video coming to you. So let's let John and Bryan try to finish us out in about
That's
7
right.
to 8 minutes. Maybe 10. Do what you need to do to each get in a song.
Okay. Well, this is called Let Me Know When You Get Home Safe, Dear. Let me know when you're home safe, dear. So when your sweetheart is staying, you can offer thanks by praying. Be kind and sweet, sweet and true, and hope that they will say to you, let me know when you're home safe, dear. Let me know you're safe. When your sweetheart is coming home with with no more asphalt seas to roam. Speak your heart, get it off your chest. You wish to hell had never left. Let me know when you're home safe, dear. Let me know you're safe. Let me know when you're home safe, dear. It reveals you do care deeply, much deeper yet than ancient stone, soaring upward now so steeply, bringing forth groundbreaking Tetons, groundbreaking Tetons. And in your book of life, turn the page. This affectionate turn of phrase will serve you well at any age. Life was good enough for God to use. It's good enough for the likes of you. Good enough for you. God sings to lover Queen Teton and asks how long she plans to be gone. Her reply comes forth, and of course God laughs and says, go without fear. Let me know when you're home safe, dear. Let me know you're safe. And when your sweetheart is a-leaving, in celebration or grieving, clasp them close, your hands on their hips. Then let this sweet line cross your lips. Let me know when you're home safe, dear. Let me know you're safe. Let me know when you're home safe, dear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a little guitar for you now. This is a Wayfaring Stranger. You can fade me out if you need to. I am a poor wayfaring stranger traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, toil or danger in that bright world which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beauteous fields lie just before me, where souls redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going overjoyed. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. John, there was no way I was going to fade you out.
Oh,
So everyone, virtual audience, give Bryan Bowers, John Gorka, and Sparky and Rhonda a big hand wave and a big round of applause,
Thanks.
super loud because it's really hard to hear from their home stages. I have CT Theme here with me. We've been tagging through all this video.
So great to hear y'all. Like being in my living room as a kid. Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Brian, you have something you want to add?
I want John Gorka to give me his phone number, and also the gentleman right next to you. I need to have his phone number too, because I need to be able to reach him.
Will do.
We'll make that happen.
okay.
So to our virtual audience, because we're still live out there, let me
Okay.
just close out the set. You've seen some of the inner workings of the folk music video production scene, sharing phone numbers. I appreciate John messing up a song to make me feel better about messing up and blubbering through the intros there. So all I want to remind you
My
of,
honor.
yeah, thank you, John. All I want to remind you of is all of our performers, Sparky and Rhonda, Brian, John, plus all of the in-person musicians who are streaming live to you in your homes are paid by the donations you make on our website. I think I've memorized it for people, but I can tell you again, it's fvfs.org, O-R-G, Fox Valley Folklore Society initials.org. We will be back again in about 30 minutes. We will be live streaming from the Acoustic Renaissance concert venue. We do have tickets available at the door if you'd like to join us. The rest of our day has a 1 o'clock workshop, a 2:45 workshop, and then a 5 o'clock ending concert. We'd love to see you here. If you can buy online before you come, that'd be great. If not, show up and we'll help you out here. So Chris and I are going to sign off. We're going to thank our performers, and we're going to
Cheryl. Thank you, Chris.
stop streaming to the
Thank
world, and we hope to see you again soon. And don't forget to mark your calendars for 2023. We want to be back on the Island Park, Geneva. Thank you all. Yeah, Brian.
It's an honor to, sorry. It was an honor to share the stage with Sparky and Rhonda and with Brian. And thank you for having us.
Likewise.
Same here, John.
Well, thank
Same
you.
here, man.
Likewise.
All right. Thank you. Join us soon